Hey, Eric.
Hey, is this the Dr. Garyvee show?
It sure is, sir.
You're going to give Dr. Phil a run for his money, I think.
I appreciate that. Thank you, my friend. How are
I
things?
love you, man. I love
I
you,
love
man.
you
Everything's
back.
good. Here's the deal. Here's the question. How can I turn what is usually a one-time business into a lifetime customer? And here's my business. Wedding florist. Family started over 100 years ago in Detroit. My grandfather. First family business was built right at the close of World War II. Family still owns it. I moved out to Southern California. I've been here since 15 years. Most of my business comes from bridal expos and my relationship with the venues, where I've got about 10 venues that I'm a preferred vendor. So that's where most of my business comes. But usually I see that bride one time through the course of maybe 6 months to a year. I may hear from a bridesmaid a year later, or a sister to do another wedding, but then that's it. So I'm doing both flowers, and also I'm an officiant. I'm a licensed minister. So I probably do, like this year already. I've booked, even with COVID-19, I booked about 40 weddings for this year, this time, and I have another 10 next year already booked. And I'll probably do about 2 officiant services. When I meet with the bride, she needs a minister. I offer that as a service as well. And then I probably do about 2 to 3 a month. But I'd like to somehow see, once that wedding's over, I rarely hear from them again. And I don't know really what service to offer them.
It's funny. It's funny you say this. I've been thinking about this exact business, believe it or not. So you said flowers, right?
Yes, wedding flowers specialist.
Makes sense. I've been thinking a lot about what the top of the funnel for acquisition is for a man buying flowers for his wife for Mother's Day, Valentine's Day, birthday. And I've always thought, wow, the wedding industry really fucked this up. The flowers people, obviously a 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, $100,000 flower execution at a wedding is very different than a $300 bouquet. However,
Right.
If you think of the typical guy, which is a big audience, if the person that's doing flowers for the wedding literally just looked over at the other person at the wedding, which is the guy, which 8 out of 10 times, I'm sure is 6 out of 10 times is not involved intimately on the flower part, and said, hey buddy, do you want to order a subscription from me that automatically sends your wife flowers on whatever 3 or 4 key occasions, anniversary, like there's 4 times a year between anniversary,
Yeah.
Valentine's, eventually Mother's Day, if they go that route, and birthday.
Yeah.
I've been fascinated by leaving that free business on the table, even if you took a referral fee and outsourced it to somebody who did small things instead of big things. Got it?
There you go.
Got it? Even if you took
Yeah.
50% of if you roll up on any local florist and said, look, let's split it 50-50. I'm going to bring you the customer. You know how much advertising costs. I want 50% of the profit, but I'm there. I'm in the acquisition place. I mean, it's, by the way, back to, sisters and things like, I think there's a massive flower subscription business on the back of florists and subscription, not one time.
Yeah.
I mean, look, Calvin Knight in the comments, this is genius. I just may do that myself. Guys don't want to think about this shit. We suck. Yeah. So if you told me 4 times a year you're gonna bang me for $300, or if somebody's $50 or whatever the number is, I'm thrilled. That's the greatest. That's more exciting than fucking wedding.
Yeah, because now you're a good guy. Your wife's gonna love you, or your family's gonna love you. Your mom, whatever you. That's great.
And per normal wedding, you're probably gonna, inevitably half the groomsmen or the father are married anyway. Like there's probably 3. It's not one. I think if you really play it hard and don't come off super douchey, but you come off communicative, you're probably signing up 3 to 5 subscriptions at a time. That adds up. You said 40?
Yeah, I do right now, and that's just right now. I mean, that's just, here we are, April, and I had that even last month because of COVID-19. I've had to reschedule a lot of weddings, so I'm kind of open right now. But yeah, I should probably double that by the end of the year.
I mean, you talk about 80, you talk about 2 people on average, sometimes 1, sometimes 0, sometimes 5, depending on the wedding party. that sign up for that subscription. Let's just call it 160 people 4 times a year. It's recurring. You might keep you asked me, how do I keep a customer or create a more than one time? I'm showing you a way to hit them 4 times a year in perpetuity.
That sounds great. And I like that because as a floral specialist, wedding specialist, I'm not your normal retail store. So I order flowers, bring them to my home studio. I design everything here. So I don't always have flowers in the cooler like a regular retail. Correct. But if I develop a relationship with a retail business, that would be awesome.
Or Eric, at scale, you eventually realize that besides birthdays and wedding, I mean, there's 2 times a year that you could do it yourself. Mother's Day and and Valentine's Day, you could control that and keep all the margin, because once you get to scale and have 1,000 people on your subscription, now you have enough scale to buy bulk. You see where I'm going?
Right. As long as it was local, because I'm from the Southern California Temecula area. Because a lot of brides, they'll fly in, right? They'll do destination weddings.
Yeah, but honestly, if you're outsourcing the fulfillment, you don't need to be local. What you need to do is spend a good couple months on finding 50 to 500 partners to be the execution, and you keep a margin on top of the execution. See where I'm going?
Even outside of I got you now.
Literally, Rick from Bernardsville, New Jersey flies in for that destination wedding. He's like, hey, I'm pumped about this. You literally go to Google and type in Bernardsville or Sussex County, New Jersey florist. You call 5 of them. 4 are lazy and don't give a fuck. The 5th one's like, hell yeah, I'll take the free money. You cut the deal and away you go. All the orders go through you, so they don't go around you.
I love it. That's a great idea. That's great.
Well, listen, you didn't keep me around for nothing, Eric. You don't watch this shit for my looks. I promise you that. Thank you.
Hey, man. I really love you, man. I love your content. You're a blessing, brother. Thank you, man.
Talk to you soon.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. You too.